1 minute till the pregame show. Welcome, Fuel fans. We are back, and surprise, Reader's back. What is up? We are ready to cast T2. Aircy, how are you feeling?
Man, I have such respect for you. That play-by-play is so tiring. Like, honestly.
Yes. Now you know the struggle
I
of
now know the
TFT.
struggle. I now know the struggle, yes.
It's okay. I'm here. I can save your throat, Airzy, and I will sacrifice my own for you. You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
So we're going up against Ontario Tech after, I believe, suffering a 3-0 loss to McMaster U, who I believe are going up on the mainstream right now. So obviously a top caliber team out of McMaster, but Ontario Tech is questionable. We are actually unsure of their skill. They are 1-1 before tonight. We don't know how their previous game went, but as we know, they are 1-1. Fanshawe Fuel being technically 1-2 at this point in time right now. They could even out the record, which would be a big positive going into week 3 with the introduction of Control, most likely being introduced into the game mode pool. Airzy, what do you think about Control being added?
In Black Ops Cold War, it was actually a pretty fun game mode, honestly. I think it fit right on the engine, but coming into a very fast-paced, high-kill kind of game like Vanguard is, uh, and just even playing scrims in it, it's felt wonky, and obviously the squad spawns are just terrible. So it I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of these high tier teams can easily pick up a free like game win if they know how to play this correctly. Especially like teams like McMaster, St. Clair's, and other pools. You know, like Bay State College, the behemoths of the CCL this year. Um, they're pretty much free wins if they can get like the cards right and play those game modes right.
Yeah, definitely being a wild card game and being added in the middle of the season. Honestly, when I heard there was going to be hard point search to start off, I thought they were going to stick with that throughout this whole first semester. But considering each game cycle only has 2 seasons in the CCL, it makes sense that they'll add Control right at the beginning of this season, right when it's ready. The CDL has already been playing Control, so the CCL following suit isn't a huge surprise either. That Kickoff Classic introduced some crazy Control maps, and hopefully we'll run into that next week. Although we are running a little low on time. Game time is set to start in 1 minute. Let's have a look at the map pool. We already have map picks. First up, we have Tuscan Hardpoint. Then we're going back to Tuscan for the S&D, the Gavutu Hardpoint, and this actually pains my eyes to see. We are gonna have a Desert Siege Hardpoint. It's gross to look
Yeah.
at, but and then we'll finish off on a Berlin S&D. Who we didn't pick Siege. It couldn't have been us,
No.
right, Hazy?
I don't know if they gave us the exact like picks, like who picked what. I can't see Fanshawe picking it. However, if they did get the majority of the picks, it was inevitable that they were going to play Siege at some point anyway. You could just base off like the vetoing process. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you throw a wrench into. I mean, if Fuel did pick it, you throw a wrench into OTSU's plans. Like I'm like no one's played this map, especially on hard points. So they're both going in blind. So it's literally just going to come down to like getting kills and like playing the hill like traditional hard point because I doubt teams know how to set up barely at all on this map. So it's literally just going to come down to traditional hardpoint.
I mean, somebody picked it, so they have to feel confident in it over another hardpoint map. I can only imagine. Like, what are the other maps that could have been picked over? Bocage, Berlin. Like Gavutu's already picked, Hardpoint or Tuscan's already picked. So the last options were Bocage, Berlin, and Desert Siege. And apparently, out of those three, the team selected Desert Siege. We didn't see a Desert Siege Hardpoint in the Kickoff Classic. We haven't seen it yet this season. It's really just going to be a big wild card map. Nobody scrims on Desert Siege. Even if you're trying to specialize in it, no team's going to go, okay, yeah, we'll scrim you on Desert Siege. That doesn't happen. So kind of like how Control's going to be in week 3. Desert Siege a wild card if it comes to a game 4. Hopefully Fuel can take this sweep in 3 rounds. Definitely, I think my prediction is going to be a 3-round sweep. I know they're super familiar with Tuscan on both Hardpoint and SND, and then that Gavutu, Pops just plays a strong Gavutu. It's really a tough team to play against is the Fanshot Fuel.
Yeah, and they're already warmed up. They already got that Bocage out of the way when they played McMaster, so they really don't need to run it back with that. And I mean, yeah, clearly the Fuel are still very uncomfortable playing Berlin. However, when T2 plays them, I mean it's a different story. But like they have some pretty good setups. Obviously, it might be a little bit different with the teams that they scrim, but I mean, get me to a game 4. I want to see how this Desert Siege plays out.
Mins, I know you're preoccupied with accepting this invite. Can we throw it to an intermission really quick? We're going to be right back. We have an invite into the game. We're going to be 30 seconds while we get this game set up. We're back and ready to go with this Tuscan hardpoint. Airzy, this is a big map. Coming off of a 3-0 loss, the Fuel look to regain and take this second game tonight.
Oh god, yeah, you know the boys are fired up for sure. They want this 3-0 badly. They just want to get this series over with.
Pops, Mega, Bonk, and Radix. Pops and Mega most likely starting it out on the sub, the MP40. And then we have Radix and Bonk holding the ARs. This is the traditional 2-in style kind of map. That is the meta on this map right now as both teams get set to go. They're looking at P1. Fuel hops on it. They're gonna look to take immediate control of this point. A good first hard point sets the tone for the rest of the map. Look at Pops and you already getting one, trying to come, and the kill feed so far is all red until just then. A little bit of an ego chow there from Mega as he concedes his life, and OTSU will get on the point. Ontario Tech is the team, the college we are playing against. Haven't heard a lot of them in the Call of Duty scene. I've never seen them in NACE before, so this will be sort of their debut against the Fanshot Fuel. Bonk on the point. He's 3-0 right now. Island Boy. What a funny name. He's coming from you. He's not able to get one. Radix cleaning him up. That will be his first blood of the game, of the match. And now he's trying to take control of Church with the pistol out. He's gonna chow. Great kill from Radix. He gets one on Island. Mega 4-2. He's gonna go up through to radio as P2 is now active. Fanshot was able to grab 31 points on that first hard point. OTSU trying to climb the way back. They're on the point right now. Pups is up on railings. Look at this. OTSU has 3 members on the point. Pups is going to take one. He's going to try to chase the third one as he goes up the stairs. Pups checking his corners, making sure nobody gets him. Hassan's going to go right up back to radio and spot Pups, who's on the hard point. Hassan retreating all the way back and conceding the hard point. He's going to force his team to try to make a retake with only 17 seconds left. Pups getting one coming from Church. He's going to get traded out by Hassan. Neither team able to get enough kills to get close to streak so far, but here we look at T1's signature P3 setup. Both Fuel teams do P3 Tuscan really well, and they will concede points on P2 to be able to get this setup. They can easily full 60. Now here's Radix. This is curious because he started not at the fountain, but here he goes at the fountain heady. They're going to try to 2-stack this. Muss is going to take out Radix on that point. They start to break this point, but it's going to take a lot more than that as Radix is going to be soon replaced, and he's going to be able to get back to his spot. Pups holding fire. He comes down. He assumes Radix's spot. He's going to be back up. That'll make Pups is actually going to chow into I'm at loss for arches. Mega's going to have to hold fire and rooftops himself. He's going to get the one fire, but there is one coming. A Mikbo from fire. He's able to get one after Bonk trades him out, and that was a really good P3.
Yeah, I know. Like, so far so good for the Fuel, and this is one thing that I noticed off the bat in difference to last game. They're winning their ones, and they're not getting multi-killed like they were last game. They're trading each other out. They're playing super well. That P3 was phenomenal, as we know it can be. Look at this, Mega in the back Church. He's already clearing out spawns. They should be able to spawn block back here right now, which is exactly what they want to do. Bonk's already at grass. This is exactly the setup you want. If you can change P3 to P4, you're going to be up by usually 120 seconds here.
Mega on a killing spree. He currently has a 5 streak. He already has the cruise. Bonk getting close to the cruise, not able to do so. Mega's trying to play his life, maybe capture full streaks here. Getting taken out on the outside of Church was Bonk. That's a 3-piece for him. Bonk, Radix, then Pups, and he's going to try to assume control of Church, although his teammates aren't helping out very much. They do have the point on Church. Fuel winning 110-41 at this point right now. Bonk trying to make his way onto this point. There's only 14 seconds left. It's really only scraps at this point right now. The point will soon switch in about 5 seconds. We're going to see a rotation back to P5 right now. And P5 is one of those contested points that Vanguard is famous for so far in this game cycle. There's 2 from Bonk on the sub. I'm assuming he picked that one up. And they're going to flood in from radio. Ontario Tech looking like they're going to do a little bit of a streamline of players coming in from radio. They are getting set up. That's a good sign for them, as they're going to use some strategy to take this P5, which is definitely necessary to do so. Bonk holding down the fort on stairs as Mega and what looks, I think, is Radix close up on the front. He's doing work with that pistol. Bonk's on a 4th streak currently, and Pops is racking up time along with Radix on the point. Now, spawns have flipped here, and although there's only 10 seconds left on the point, OTSU are going to look to collect those. Now, this is another late rotation. Mega is on point, and then look at that. That's a 2-piece from Mega, while OTSU tries to flood mid from P5. Fuel taking the first couple seconds. Full rotation of hard points have happened. We now come back to P1. OTSU able to clear it off just for a moment. Fuel immediately comes back in contest. Look at Island Boy. He's using a strange reticle on that MP40.
Yeah, the slate reflector. Yeah, and I mean, not many people use that. And I mean, I want to touch upon how else Fanshaw has played this to a T. Like, my God, it's just all Fanshaw on the feed right now. It's been all Fanshaw pretty much since the get-go here. This is exactly the kind of game you want after a 3-0 like that. This is just pretty much Fuel taking out their frustration here on OTSU, kind of like how the Fuel T2 boys did that last night. But I mean, look at everyone go off. Mega 17-6, 18-6, Pups 16-6, Bonk 18-7. Like, good lord.
Currently 200 to 53 right now. There's Mega in back church grabbing one. He's going to look for more as P2 is about to become active. He's, what is that? That 19-6? Bonk gets taken out in the back. Pups coming down. He's going to take out Island right here. Wow, great kill. Great patience from Pups there, and he actually is going to peek. Wow, the feed is all Pups right now. He's on a 3 streak as he takes out Island, Amikbo, and Mus. Yeah, as you said, Airzy, the kill feed is all Fanshaw. Pups eliminating anybody coming through P5 or radio area, not letting anybody by. This is just textbook Tuscan hardpoint from the Fuel right now. Definitely coming back out of after a slow start in that first game. Mega in church now. He's on a 1 streak, but with an incredible KD right now. Amikbo is going to chase him a little bit. P2 still has 20 seconds. Fuel are not on it as of the moment, but they have priority. Pup steps on it. There is somebody rails and a guy radio. He's going to have to look after both of them as his teammates have already started to rotate over to P3. They're attempting to go through P1 area. They're going to have to take out Mus, who's already back there with the AR. He's on the head. He's going to take out Mega before he's naded by him. Island Boy with the slate refractor on the MP40 does a little bit of work, but here's Fanshaw. They're going to get their setup on P3 like they always like, and they might actually win it here. They only need 5 more seconds on the point, just a few more kills to keep OTSU off of it. It's currently contested, and wow, look at that retake. That was a good last-second retake from OTSU. Bonk, knowing he just needs a few seconds, wow, look, they get cleared off, and now the Fuel are on it. Just 2 more seconds, and this was textbook from the Fanshaw Fuel, taking map 1 Tuscan hardpoint handily. It's 1-0 Fuel.
Incredible. That's such a confidence booster for the Fuel. And I mean, they really did need that. Like, they needed something to spark their confidence back up. And that's exactly the kind of performance you want to have. They didn't even get 100 points. They barely even got 75 points, not even 73. So,
75-point club for sure.
75-point club, exactly. You know the boys are, if they weren't warmed up before, they are warmed up now. Like, jeez, that was textbook by the Fuel there.
250 to 72, the Fuel take that first map. That is a really good indicator that this is going to be short and sweet. Although, let's not count OTSU out yet. There is still that big momentum shifting search and destroy. If they win this search and destroy, there could be some momentum shift going into the next hard point, which I believe is Gavutu, which can be a mixy map, depending on, how everybody's feeling. It's definitely a mental map, where you just have to keep in mind that you need to be rotating with 25 seconds left on the hill in certain points, especially like that P3 to P4 on Gavutu. So this definitely being a big search and destroy, Airzy.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, hoping. Radix, pull out the sniper, please.
Oh,
Let's
Lord.
see some of that. Let's see some of that snipe power.
We could definitely see that from Radix, and honestly, I'm excited. We only saw Airzy use a sniper in a search just for a couple rounds, I believe, Airzy. I mean, you can correct me, because last night I think you only used it once.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, sniping's very, like, map, obviously, like, it varies map to map. Tuscan's definitely a map you probably might want to run it on, especially if you know that you're good at sniping. It just gives a free plan, especially if you're using on attack, because you just have all of grass locked down, and it literally just gives a lane for the SMG to push bomb. So if they do pull it out, I do expect Radix to be using it, and if Radix is feeling comfortable on it, um, it's gonna be quite easy for Fanshawe to get the bomb down on A.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Let's send this to intermission. This lobby looks like it might be chalked, and we might have to restart here. So we're just going to be a few seconds in the intermission. We'll come at you with map 2, Tuscan Search and Destroy. Fuel already up 1-0. We'll catch you after this. Welcome back, Fuel fans. We're getting ready, set for map 2. This is a Tuscan Search and Destroy. We've seen this team play, and Airzy and I were talking before the break on how we'd love to see a sniper. Radix is definitely capable of doing that, but it doesn't look like he's got it pulled out for round 1. The Fanshawe Fuel will attempt to attack in this first round. On defense, Church side, OTSU are looking to take their first map of the match, losing quite disastrously. First map on also Tuscan. So they're looking to even this matchup by taking this Search and Destroy and hopefully switch the momentum. This game definitely being a super mental game, needing preventing yourself from losing full. We have had a technical issue. It's okay. The fuel are displayed in blue. That means they will start on defense first. And it seems as if OTSU will be displayed in red. That is okay. Currently,
I manifested the sniper. Bonk pulled it out.
Bonk pulled out the sniper. Did he get a kill with it?
He got 2. He got 2 on grass.
Holy smokes. And whoa! That was a reverse sweep. And talking about the sniper, we just completely missed that. The fuel were up 4-1. Oh wait, sorry, it's flipped around. The fuel finish out the round and they take the first one 1-0. I know it said OTSU win that. Fuel are in the clear. They are 1-0 over OTSU.
Yep, so they are going to be in the blue for this game only.
Yes. You're gonna have to remind me, Haley.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna forget. Anyways, Fuel on the attack now. They're looking that they're gonna throw it right down on A. It's surprised that OTSU is nobody's top church having a look at that. That's gonna be a complete oversight. Pups is able to push through with Radix here. And wow, Radix was about to be flanked on Pups covering his back. Making this a 1v4. Same scenario again. Here comes a man through fire.
Oh.
Wow, Mosk embarrassing Bonk just a little bit, but Pups is probably going to pick him up here. Yep, right through arches, and that will be a victory for the Fuel. OTSU eliminated. That will be 2-0 in favor of Fanshot so far.
Yeah, like it was just one of those rounds where I was mentioning it. If your sniper is feeling it, that whole grass area becomes open. Like I feel like OTSU is kind of nervous right now about challing Bonk with that sniper. So Fanshaw's able to get a free plant there at A, so that's really huge if they can keep that up for the rest of the match here.
The Fuel on defense, I want to see if Bonk has a sniper. I'm really interested to see if he pulls it out again after getting a two-piece in that first round. Covering all sides. It looks like it's a 3-stack on A.
There it is.
Sniper. He's going to look down through P1 area. He's not going to see any challengers. Should have gone top church, I guess. But it seems as if OTSU is trying to make a push into A. Wow, Mega with the complete ego chow. Not even without his feet on the ground. Oh, and Bonk with the sniper. Boom!
Yes, sir!
Grabbing Hassan. That's a 1v4. Same situation again. Bomb is on the ground, not planted. As the last man standing island is going to try to finish a 1v3 now. It's going to be from Rails, and Mega is going to easily take him out, and the Fuel will continue their steamroll over Ontario Tech, currently 3-0.
Oh my goodness, Bonk is feeling it.
His search and spray. Bonk is really feeling it, especially with that sniper. It really seems kind of easy, though. I mean, he didn't really have any challenge taking out the guy in top fire, right, Izzy?
Yeah, no, I mean, he peeked him, and Bonk had his crosser right there already, and I'm like, is this guy Cammy from Toronto Ultra? Like, are we missing something?
The Fuel up 3-0. I remind anybody who has just joined us, we do have the names mixed up wrong. The Fuel are in blue, and the OTSU is in red. Radix overlooking the bomb site. The Fuel are attacking. Bonk still kept that sniper out. Good play by him. It's now 3v3. Radix grabbing Amikbo. Am I saying that name correctly, Izzy? Amikbo?
That is Akimbo.
Akimbo. My apologies.
That is alright.
Bonk 4-1 with the sniper. He's going to run into the enemy right here. Oh, and he picks him up with the pistol. That makes him 5-1. Wow, if that was an eagle shot, if I have ever seen it in my entire life. Bonk showing his superiority. Bonk superiority in the chat, everybody, right now. Going absolutely nuts with the sniper and the pistol. He doesn't need anything other than that. Bomb is being planted on B. Originally, I believe they took it to A, but it's currently a 3v1. Coming through P5, Bonk just going to get the right angle, good positioning, and finishing it out. Bonk is feeling the search and destroy tonight. He is playing phenomenal as the Fuel propel to a 4-0 lead.
Can we get a walk in the chat, please? Holy, this guy's feeling it.
Smokes, this guy's on fire. Bonk supremacy. Bonk 6-1. He could do it all with the pistol. He doesn't even need the sniper at this point.
Right?
If the Fuel take this in 6, I think this is gonna be a wrap. Arzy, what do you think?
Oh god, yeah, they're feeling themselves already, and I mean, do you play them on... Wait, sorry, you said Gavutu was map 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Let's not count OTSU out yet, as there is still rounds of search to win. Bonk on the sniper, looking down L. He saw some legs for a second, but that wouldn't be enough for a kill, as he knows. There's one coming up top fire and one in U. Bonk's gonna get a sight on one of them eventually. Was that just me, or did Mega, for real, let that guy walk by? Bonk stole the kill from him. These guys are just playing around at this point. Now, Mega was the one. Uh-oh. We have had a technical issue. Arzy has disconnected from us. Anyways, Mega was the one to get that kill at the end there. Bonk with the pistol trying to steal it from him. A little bit of jokes around within the squad as they are up 5-0. Hassan, Akimbo, only 1-5. Hassan, 0-5. They might hold guys. But I mean, it comes full circle because last game in the search and destroy, the fuel, a couple of them were also held to 0 in the search. So, you know, there's definitely a skill gap in this league, but the fuel are definitely trying to close it out against these top teams, but definitely need to snag points from these teams that like must win scenarios, you know? Radix streaking. It's a 3v1 for the fuel, and that will finish it out. Wow, Fanshawe really displaying the caliber that they can play at. Hasn't really been showcased yet this season, but T1 really showcasing just how good they are and how good they can be in this league. 6-0, search and destroy. We go to a Gavutu hardpoint.
My gosh, I mean, they're playing like McMaster played Fanshawe, pretty much. It's pretty much the same storyline, pretty much the same map one, pretty much. Well, not necessarily the map one. The map one was obviously a lot closer, but like, yeah, like that Tuscan right there. McMaster 6-0 Fanshawe. We 6-0 OTSU.
This next one could be close. Obviously, OTSU, Ontario Tech, they could make it interesting. They're already down 2. They're going to try to avoid the sweep. I've never seen teams play harder than to avoid a sweep. So, the most interesting map, hopefully, coming up next, Gavutu Hardpoint. We're going to go to intermission and get things set up, and we will catch you right after this. We're back, Fuel fans, with Gavutu Hardpoint, Map 3. Sweep opportunity for the Fanshawe Fuel T1. These guys have been taking it to OTSU, not even letting this breathe. This team's going to try to avoid a sweep as we get underway playing this Gavutu Hardpoint. What we know about how this Fanshawe Fuel team plays Gavutu Hardpoint, they do use 3 ARs as the meta, and they also leave pops to the sub, as Pups can really use that MP40 in so many different ways. He is really fantastic at using it long range, short range, and is able to confuse his opponent with it, especially on maps like Gavutu. He is extremely useful. Wow, Radix getting one right away as OTS2 tries to push mid to get on the point. Fanshot Fuel not allowing them, immediately taking P1 quite handily. They're going to get set up to handle it fully and then get the rotation to P2. P2 is not that far away from P1. I can expect a rotation around 10, 15 seconds, maybe even 20, depending on how close their opponents are. But look at Bonk just frying on the outside. OTSU not even able to get close to this point. Some of them are going to try to push stairs. Mega there to get one. He might get the other one. He's all charging the nade. He's not able to get the second one now. OTS2 will collect their first points of the map. Bonk trying to hold the back still. Akimbo against him. Bonk eliminates him with the pistol. Akimbo couldn't even get it done with his main gun. Bonk running out of ammo and still getting the kill. He's going to come up with the point. Holy smokes, that's a two-piece. They lined up for Bonk on that one. And now scraps are now done. P2 is active and Radix is on the boat. He gets one. Another one drops off. He's going to get a few before he's traded by Island. Pups also on top of the boat as well. Just trying to look, Bonk is getting really close. He's 7-0 at this point. He has not died yet. He's on a 7th streak. He's pulling a stained here. He could go to 15. Bonk, that's 8 for him as he's just roaming around the boat area, keeping the point, not pushing up too far as in to lose spawns, but pushing up enough that he can just kind of trap these guys and not let them get anywhere near Bonk and anywhere near the ARs that are sitting on top. Bonk is actually going to push farther past because P3 is in that area. They're going to want to put spawns at some point. Hassan with the AR is able to take the point and capture a few points. It's currently nearly 70-20 in favor of Fanshot T1. Having a strong start again is Fanshot. Pups is going to get that guy off of P2. Scraps as, and this is surprising to me, Radix was already all the way around, even though having the far spawns, and OTSU wasn't even close to rotating. Super late rotations for OTSU is the reason why they are suffering on the scoreboard right now. Radix is on P1. He's going to find one in the back who is already low, and a full flank happening from Mega here, and he's going to have to fight his own teammate to get these picks as the point is now already cleared and ready to go. Pups coming up to P1. He finds one. Trying to control it from mid. He gets taken out by Island. Mega grabbing Must. Akimbo, I mean, is going to get... Wow. I thought Akimbo was going to go right up behind Mega. Mega jumped over him, it seemed like, and finished him off. Although OTSU is going to grab Mega and take the point, the remainder of the point, as the Fuel commit to a full rotation over to P4. So right when it hits P3, you get really long rotations to all the way across the map to P4, and then you have to go back to P5. So this is where the long run happens. It's a marathon to get from side to side to side and keep those spawns and keep those points, and that's what allows teams that shouldn't get points, they're able to grab points and make games interesting. So it is currently 109-48.
Yeah, I just want to touch upon how you were saying like the long trek between hills, and the fact that Fanshaw is playing off the very slow rotation of OTSU. By far, Fanshaw has been the faster team pretty much every single hill so far in the first 4 hills, and they're taking very well much advantage of it right now.
Doug's asking in the chat what the map count is. It's currently 2-0 in favor of Fanshaw. They're looking at sweeping if they're able to take this Gavutu here. OTSU are able to actually get some points and stay in this one, making it a little bit interesting. Points away. Mega holding point. He's able to get one coming from back right side. Not able to get the second one. Akimbo is going to be able to grab him off, and you know what? He should have rotated. Another late rotation from OTSU as Fanshaw take priority on P5 even after that long rotation. Now the next rotation will be a full rotation all the way back to P1, but P5 still active for another 45 seconds as a wave of Ontario Tech players move in the boat onto the point. Fanshaw trying to hold their presence on it, and there's 2 big kills, one from Pops, one from Radix, to hold that point off. There is a guy, Muss. He is top boat, causing havoc to everybody until Bonk is able to clip him off of there. That is it's an insane heady from all angles, that top boat, and extremely important in P1, P2, and P5. Getting up there can limit the amount of points that your opposing team gets. Pups is going to sit back barrel and just hide from any OTSU player from boat using the AR. Island Boy is going to come from above the ladder side. Expired is P5, and we do a full rotation all the way back to P1. Now, OTSU is showing a little bit of signs of life, but Fanshaw still holding on to the lead quite strong. They're going to look to retake. Here comes Mega. Hassan is trying to stop him from getting up there. Mega's using the sub. So is Pops. So T1 currently is playing a 2-and-2 kind of style right now. And OTSU is winning this point so far. Fuel finally able to retake it. They're going to set it up like they did the first time. Although OTSU coming from the other way they expected. Bonk and Radix combining for a few. Leaves Fanshaw still on the point. Mega's going to jump chow the stairs and is only able to get a few. He's going to get challenged by Island Boy. Island Boy's going to take him out. He has the point for the time being. Comes up behind Bonk. That's going to be 2 to keep time. For OTSU. P2 about to become active. There's a fight going on for a trade ensuing. Pups grabbing one from Tanks. Great kills. He's 19-6. You cannot beat this guy on a Gavutu. He picks up an AR. He's going to do it all himself. Here, another one challenges him. Island not able to do it. Pups still on the point. He has a minute and 3 seconds on the point. Mega with a minute and 38. These two subs on this long haul of a map are playing really well, staying on the point and getting the objective time as the Fuel are coming up on that 200 mark before OTSU getting 100 themselves. Radix trying to nade. An onslaught coming from the mid here, it seems, as OTSU tries to retake what remains of this point. And if I was OTSU, Airzy, what do you think? I think that they should be rotating by.
You would think so, right? I mean, that seems like the most obvious play. However, they just haven't been able to get any map control at all. And as you can see, they're still spawning out that P4 side, that left-hand side of the map, pushing their way through mid right now. And they just, again, haven't been able to get any map control. And that starts with getting picks. They just have not been able to get any consistently. And it's going to be very hard for them to overtake this hill with only 20 seconds needed for Fanshaw to win this. And Pups looking at already P1 here. I mean, if Pups gets here, this is game over for sure.
Radix also giving him a little bit of a hand, long range. Akimbo's going to go down. He's going to get taken out by Bonk. This leaves the point firmly in Fanshaw's hands. Only 5 seconds. Pups on a ×10 killing spree to end this game. And Radix is going to streak for the fun of it as Fuel take map 3. And this is a clean and easy win for the Fuel. It almost didn't even need to be played.
100-point club.
100-point club again for the Fanshaw Fuel. It was a rout for them tonight in this second game. I really do believe OTSU, after seeing that, should most likely be in the Academy division. What do you think, Airzy?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, we don't know how they got that first win, and no shade on them. I mean, they're obviously here for a reason, but you might have probably thought it's probably because of the Cyber Grizzlies dropout earlier in the year. But I mean, no, Fanshaw needed that. They're gonna finish off this week 2-2, which is again not a terrible position to be in. They can still work with this, and that's a huge confidence booster because they know that their stuff still works. And if they can beat some of these lower tier pool teams in our pool, like that, and they kind of just go into scrims knowing that they can do stuff like this, but now they have to do it against some of the bigger competition. That's just fuel for them, no pun intended, to work harder and try to get some of these more like bigger tier wins a little more easy.
Yeah, I completely agree, Airzy. Story of the night, the Fuel sweep. No contest here tonight. If you were watching that is just they played each map textbook. With that performance, they could have probably beat a team way better than OTS was, but unfortunately, that effort was used against a team that seemed like they need a little bit of work. They need to go back to the scrims. And it's not like this team can't have success. They showed some good moments. They captured some points on Gavutu I didn't exactly expect them to grab. They did hit that 100-point mark. So props to them for that. But Fanshaw Fuel sweeping OTSU 3-0, taking map 3 Gavutu, keeping OTSU under 100 points. Anyways, we will have an interview in just a few moments with Mega. Mega, formerly Mega City, played for the Fanshot Fuel last semester, and you guys are going to get your first chance to chat with him right after this. Welcome back, Fuel fans. We have an interview with the Mega. Mega, how you doing tonight?
Uh, Hot and cold. Had a first series was not great. We weren't playing confident. We kind of figured that out, played a lot better into the second one, but it is how it is.
Yeah, no, and like you were obviously telling us kind of in between games that like especially yourself, you're kind of blaming yourself a little bit. And I mean, McMaster, in all fairness, is a good team, and you guys gave them hell. You gave them a run for their money in the hard points, so they obviously didn't really earn those. Well, they did earn it, but like you made it hard for them to earn it. So, but like, what exactly was it that you guys may have been doing wrong against McMaster that they kind of took advantage of?
Well, I kind of let the team down a bit because you have to go out there and you got to be confident. And I kind of realized even our last series against Brock that I wasn't going out. I was kind of holding an angle, which doesn't work well in this game. You gotta slide cancel because the camera in this game is ridiculous. So Bonk went up and talked to his roommates, and they were even telling him that he was playing a little bit too slow. He needs to go out confident. And then right after the Tuscan at the end, towards the second half, I started playing confident and channeling stuff properly. And I think I almost went even in that game, but the second half I was doing a lot better. So I really just went into this game thinking, okay, let's be confident, channel stuff, don't just hold angles.
Yeah, for sure. And like obviously different showing against OTSU. You guys look like your normal selves, the fuel we know and love. Was it just the confidence coming back to the boys and just knowing that like, all right, we gotta pick our stuff up and, just get our gunny going, and obviously you guys won 3-0. So what changed?
It was mainly just being more confident. Like not even in the sense of like thinking we're gonna win, just with the gunfights. Like if you're challenging into the gunfight and say if our subs are playing better, which I was definitely playing better that second series, that helps the ARs. Because if the subs aren't playing well, Pups was playing well, but I wasn't. Then the ARs can't get pushed up into those power positions. So I was kind of letting them down in that sense. But we worked through it, we talked about it, and we came out a hell of a lot stronger.
You guys finishing off 2-2 after week two. Week three is going to get started. As a team, what do you guys are going to focus on in scrims this week to be able to take on the top dogs in this league?
Definitely search. We have a couple of mixed opinions in search, so we need to go over that. Our hard points aren't bad, especially when we're playing well, because we were very streaky against McMaster, and either we were winning most of the hills for part of it, and then we were just getting killed for the other part. So I'm still confident in our hard points as long as we're going out there and playing properly. But our searches, we definitely struggle against better teams, and then also controls in next week, so we got to work on that as well.
That was my next question. How confident are you guys feeling in the addition of control in week three?
It's kind of up and down because Control's played very differently than Cold War. This game, it's more about having one person on the hill and then everyone else pushing out and slaying out because realistically, you're not going to cap both points in this game. The spawns just don't work like that. So it normally comes down to kills. So we need to work on Control more. We've only ran it a few times, but I think that we definitely have what it takes to win in Control.
Just before we finish, Airzy, do you have any questions?
Just
No, perfect. Mega, thank you so much for coming on. We're actually going to take a look at the calendar really quickly for a second, Mids, if you don't mind. Coming up, we do have a lot more esports on the table, including tomorrow. The Fuel T1 will take on the St. Clair Saints in T1 action. Airzy, I know you've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to a matchup from between Fuel and St. Clair. This is going to be an extremely marquee matchup to watch. St. Clair is another school who is just a juggernaut in a lot of different esports. So if we can come in and we can give St. Clair a good game, it'll really put us on the map a little bit more, as they are listed quite highly among some of the best collegiate COD teams, especially in Canada. I believe that they're listed number one. Airzy, back me up. This is
yeah,
the number
no,
one.
they are.
This is the number one rated team in Canada that we are playing tomorrow, and Fuel T1 will look to take them on at 7 o'clock. So be there, St. Clair Saints, 7 o'clock. And then other than that, I believe we have a late night Rocket League still up tonight, and also in about 5 minutes. we'll also be playing a Rocket League game against Defiance College, and then later against MSOE. And then Sunday, kind of relaxed. We're gonna have some Rocket League. I believe there is gonna be some Valorant starting up soon. So if you're a fan of all the esports, please tune into all of our streams here on Justin channels or the Fanshawe Falcons. But until then, we are going to have to say farewell. So on behalf of myself, Reader, Airzy, Mins, and obviously Mega, thank you so much for coming on for the interview. We will say farewell until tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. T1 against St. Clair Saints. Bye-bye.
Is video games. It's a business which has tripled in size in just 3 years. Ron Hendren went out in the field to bring us this special report.
All over the country, armies of young people are blasting away at invaders from outer space and paying for the privilege. I'll be looking at the electronic game craze, which has not only fascinated the nation, but which has created some interesting problems as well. Although it looked innocent enough, this machine turned out to have some unusual powers. It kept kids mesmerized for hours.